Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name's Lacey and this is Literary Looks. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a collective haul of books I've been collecting over the past week or two. So some are from my local library that I bought from the bookstore there. Some are from Barnes & Noble, and one random book, I say random because it's just one book, is from Target. If you like what you see here, please like and subscribe and share down below. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you. The first books I'm going to be talking about are the ones I got from the library. Now they have a dotted system, but this one doesn't have a dot, so I guess that's not a good reference. But that says what each book is, but I only spent $15 on quite a few books, so that's not bad, right? That's the price of one book nowadays. Anyway, this one's a poetry book. It's called I Find You in the Darkness. I thought it would be cool. I Find You in the Darkness by Alpha? Interesting, right? I just thought it's cool because I love poetry and I thought I would enjoy reading it. So, yeah. There's that book. Then the next book is Today Will Be Different by Maria Semple. And it's essentially about Eleanor Flood. And she knows she's a mess, apparently. And it's a romantic, hilarious, heartwarming book, according to some people on here. Deliciously mucky mayhem. Another tour de force. So I just got it because I thought that it would be a different type of book that I haven't read, because it's a comedy book, and I haven't read any of those that have, comedy in it. So that's what stood out to me when I looked at this book, and I never read anything from this author, so there's that. The next book I got from the library is The Titanic Sisters. This one has a dot on it too, and it says, two young Irish women yearning for independence and adventure set sail on RMS Titanic, the ship of dreams, in Patria Falovi's captivating novel of hope, bravery, and sisterhood. So essentially about the Titanic, but with a twist because it's about two sisters. So I thought that would be a good read. And it's by Patricia Falvey. Sorry. See? Okay. I'm really excited for these books. The next one is called The Season, and the reason why I got this book is because it says on the cover it's a fun, modern take on Pride and Prejudice. I was hooked after that. I'm okay, well, if it's like Pride and Prejudice, then I'm here for it because I love Pride and Prejudice, as I talked about in my last video. The Season is a fun modern take on Pride and Prejudice, perfect for girls who know there is more to life than how you look. Yep. And it's by, the sticker's covering it. Oh, goodness gracious. I can't. By Jonah, Lisa Dyer, and Stephen Dyer. So I suppose they're related. And then my next book I'm really looking forward to reading because of the premise and also the authors. It's called Run, Rose, Run, and it's by Dolly Parton, and I'm really into music, and James Patterson. I've read one of his books, and I just like him as an author, so from what I've read. And it's a thriller from America's most beloved superstar and its greatest storyteller. A young singer-songwriter on the run, is determined to do whatever it takes to survive. I think that sounds like a cool premise because I'm really into music, like I said, and I'm into songwriting. I write songs sometimes. I'm a lyricist and I'm a poet, so that's why I got this book. Plus, again, I like Dolly Parton and I love James Patterson. The next and last but not least is Pretending to Dance. Now, what stood out to me for this book is the cover, really. The title, it's just like you never know. There's always something, I'm sure you know, is someone who enjoys to read. You look at the presentation of the cover, you look at the title of the book, and that's what stands out to you first when you pick a book that you would like to read, right? And then you just take your chance on it and see what you think. So this book looked interesting. It's basically about Chamberlain. Okay, so it says, let's read the inside. Molly Arnett is very good at keeping secrets. She and her husband live in San Diego, where they hope to soon adopt a baby, but the process terrifies her. As the questions and background checks come one after another, Molly worries that the truth she's kept hidden about her North Carolina childhood will rise to the surface and destroy not only her chance at adoption, but also her marriage. She ran away from her family 20 years ago after a shocking event left her devastated and distrustful of those she loved. Her mother, the woman who raised her and who Molly says is dead, but is very much alive. Her birth mother, whose mysterious presence raised so many issues, and the father she adored, whose death sent her running from the small community of Morrison Ridge. Now, as she tries to find a way to make peace with her past and embrace a future filled with promise, she discovers that even she doesn't know the truth of what happened in her family of pretenders. Told with Diane Chamberlain's compelling prose and gift for exploration of human heart, Pretending to Dance is an exploration of family lies and the complexities of both. Sounds interesting. So that's what I always look at the cover first. That's what gets me to notice a book. I'm sure I'm not the only one who feels that way. And then the title, and then sometimes if you know the author, obviously, then you're like, well, I've read their book before, maybe this book will be good. And then, I always try to read the synopsis so I can get a general idea if it's gonna be something I'm interested in. The one book I got from Target is called A Promise of Peridot, and it's essentially a fantasy book. And I'm really into fantasy books. The next seductive, sweeping, action-packed installment in the addictive Sacred Stones trilogy. A prophecy of death, a weapon of hope, a sacrifice of love. Sounds interesting. And it's by Kate Golden, in case you're interested. And I'll keep you guys up to date as I get into reading these. And then the other thing I wanted to briefly talk about is my Kindle. Now, I wanted to show you guys what it looks like because I recently upgraded it. It was a blue cover and I got a skin and it's pink. And then in the back, it has all my little stickers of musicians I love. The Cure, Hanson, Taylor Swift mainly. I'm a Swiftie. Speaking of Taylor Swift, I know that join me in the randomness and telling me if you could tell me and comment down below If you like her new album, what are some of your favorite songs from that album? I'd like to know. The Tortured Poets Department. I love that album. I love everything she does. And then in my Kindle, the latest book that I got was from Jewel, which is from 1998. And it's called, I believe, A Knight of Armor. And I'm going to read one poem from that. It's a poetry book. You tell me, it cannot be so, you say. Simple hands cannot change the fate of humanity. I say humanity is a boundless, absorbing heart, transcending death and generations and centuries. Absorbing bullets and stitches and tear gas, enduring humiliation and illegal abortions and thankless jobs. I say to you, the heart of humanity has not and will not be broken. And let us raise ourselves like lanterns, with millions of others, with the mad and the forgotten and the strong of heart to shine. Yeah, I never owned this book back when it came out, but I had a friend who had it at the time, and it's just something I thought of recently, just very randomly, and I wanted to get it. So there's that. And there's my Kindle, my baby. I love this thing. It's good because it's good for your eyes. Better than doing it on an iPad or a computer. Okay, the next set of books come from Barnes & Noble. I had to get this book because I've been dying to read some books from this author, Abby Jimenez. It's called The Happy Ever After Playlist, and it's essentially about Sloane Monroe. 2 years after losing her fiance, she can't seem to get her life on track, and she gets a new pet, and then Sloane starts to feel more like herself. Then soon Tucker owner reaches out. Because she gets a new pet that she finds. And so essentially she didn't adopt it. She didn't get it from a shelter. She didn't rescue it. She found this dog. And then the Tucker's owner reaches out after she puts out, posts about, looking for the owner. And he's a musician on tour in Australia. And bottom line, he wants Tucker back. Oh, okay. So I guess the dog's name is Tucker. Okay, I see. Well, Sloane's not about to give up her dog without a fight. But what if this Jason guy really loves Tucker? So his name's Jason. So the owner, the musician Jason, Tucker is his dog. As their flirty texts turn into long calls, Sloane can't deny a connection. Jason is hot and nice and funny. There is no telling what will happen when they meet in person. The question is, with his music career on rise, and how long will Jason really stick around? And is it possible for Sloane to survive another heartbreak? So it sounded like an interesting book to me. So that's why I got it. Plus, look, it's pink. Pink. I love pink. I'm wearing pink pants today. It's one of my favorite colors. That's why I have it on my Kindle. And then I got, again, another poetry type thing. So I've gotten 3 poetry books if you include the one on my Kindle. 100 Poems That Matter from poets.org. And it has from the likes of Emily Bronte, E.E. Cummings, Khalil Gibran, Audre Lorde, and Emily Dickinson. So some really classic poetry from literary writers. The next book I got is another literary classic, War and Peace. Never read it, didn't have to read it in high school. I want it. I'm choosing to read it, obviously. Look at the sprayed edges. Or not the sprayed edges, but the gold edges, rather. It's very beautiful looking. Very big and fat. And last but not least, this is a big baby of a book. If I could get it. By Jim Morrison. It has his poetry, which is what got me interested in it, of course. Journals, transcripts, and lyrics. I actually, speaking of Jim Morrison, when I was a teenager, this is going to really date me. I worked at Blockbuster Video and I rented a movie on him on DVD because they let us rent unlimited movies for free for working there. And it was the one with Val Kilmer. And I ended up writing a song about him after I watched the video, rather. And I wish I still had it, but I don't have it. I just know it had something to do with, like, he would sell his soul for just a pretty penny. That's all I remember saying in it. But anyway, so I like the Doors music. And so I thought I would like this because it has to do with the Doors, Jim Morrison, and then his poetry, especially his journals, his transcripts, and lyrics. And I would like to just read one poem out of this. Oh my god, all my books are gonna fall. Oh no! Not Man Overboard again. Writings. The Pony Express. And this is the background on it that he wrote. I think around the 5th or 6th grade, I wrote a poem called The Pony Express. That was the first I can remember. It was one of those ballad type poems. I never could get it together, though. I always wanted to write, but I figured it'd be no good unless somehow the hand just took the pen and started moving, without me really having anything to do with it, like automatic writing, but it just never happened. So here's the poem, and it's pretty short. It was written May 21st, 1954, The Pony Express. The Pony Express carried the mail. Over hill, over dell, over rough, rugged trails. And the brave men that carried it didn't complain, for they knew they were helping their good country's name. They rode and rode through strong winds and rain, just to carry the mail and build up our name. Over Indian country and great sandy plains, they carried the mail and shared our great fame. Yeah. So if you're interested in any of these books, just let me know and I'll link them down below. If you're a Doors fan, you'd really like this book. It's quite pricey, to be honest. I got it for $45. It was like $50. But it's worth it because look how big and thick it is. It's huge. It's ginormous. Well, I'm going to rest my hand on these books for a moment. I hope you enjoyed my video. I hope you have a beautiful day wherever you are, whenever you're watching this. Enjoy the sunshine, as I always say. And until next time, please be kind to one another because that's so important. You never know what somebody else may be going through. Kindness makes a big difference and it's free. Well, have a lovely day. Love you guys. Bye. Oh no, my book is gonna drop.